All right, so Zach, we actually were all on the Raiders to win that game. Surprisingly, I thought we had the reverse jinx going that the Packers would end up winning the game, but Raiders beat the Packers 17-13 on Monday Night Football. Really kind of an ugly game for a lot of reasons. Just first thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, neither
Uh,
team looked like they wanted to win the game.
yeah, it was definitely one of those games where watching it, it was like, what team's going to make the bigger mistake to give the other team the win? And I mean, even at the end, the Raiders tried so hard to throw that game. They tried so hard, but it's probably will be the only time all three of us are on a team and they actually win. So, I guess there's good thing happened there at least.
Yeah, we're finally on the right path there. But and look, I mean, it was close throughout. I mean, the
Yeah.
what really kept the Packers in the game was their defense. And actually, I wanted to bring this up because they had been getting gashed a lot, especially in the
Mhm.
run game. We remember that Lions game where they did almost come back, but they were
Mhm.
getting crushed on the ground. And Green Bay going into this, or they're ranked 27th in the NFL against the run, against the Raiders themselves. Rush yards allowed was 96 for the game. So they stayed in it. But the biggest talking point, I think that people are wondering, Jordan Love. And Jordan Love had a rough game. No touchdowns, 3
Mhm.
picks, 16-30 throwing. And it's easy to point the finger at the quarterback. Is this more of, you think, are you buying it's a Jordan Love problem? Or do you think there is more to the conversation than just his struggles for the game?
I don't think it's all on Jordan Love. I mean, even in that final drive, you saw he made two very nice passes, one to Dubs and one to Musgrove, and they just dropped both of them completely in their hands. And that was kind of felt like a pattern all night was, Robert Spillane just kept getting these tip drill interceptions. The last interception, it was one of those, he had Christian Watson one-on-one go into the end zone. Game's on the line. You toss it up, try to, see if he can make a play. I'm not going to get on him for that one. But we talked about before, Aaron Jones isn't on the field right now. With a young quarterback, what's the best thing to have? A good running game. And once they get Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon on the field working together, I think that's really when we're going to see Jordan Love start to take those steps in becoming a more complete quarterback when the pressure's more off him.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I'm not buying that it's all in Jordan Love. Yeah, he's gonna have growing pains. The Raiders, they do have a strong pass rush that's led by Max Crosby, right? I think the bigger part of it was the combination, and we'll start with the Aaron Jones part. When you don't have your best offensive player on the field, you're gonna feel it. And even though AJ Dillon ran the ball, probably the best he's run it
Mhm.
all season long, 20 carries,
Yeah.
76 yards. The biggest thing is Aaron Jones out of the backfield. That's where he really makes such an impact and takes pressure off of any quarterback. He was the
Yeah.
safety valve for Aaron Rodgers for those years. And when you don't have that, that's a problem. Now, the other part I would mention, the pass rush and the Green Bay Packers offensive line. Yes, I know they don't have David Bakhtiari, but I have a tweet I wanted to throw up here for everyone to see, and it's from Eli, who covers the Pack a Day podcast and really just covers the Packers in general. But Eli put up this tweet right here saying the Packers' offensive line was supposed to be a strong point, even without David Bakhtiari. And pressures allowed by each player over the last 2 weeks: Tom 10, Walker 8, Runyon 5, Myers 4, Jenkins in one game 3. And then he finishes up saying you can't expect to win games when you're playing like this. And so I think that's definitely a great point. We've seen
Mhm.
what happens when you don't have time as a quarterback. And when you're a young guy, I think people look at Jordan Love as, well, he should know better. The dude still, this is his rookie year essentially for me,
Yeah. No,
you know?
exactly. And when you have a guy, I mean, let's just be honest. He's also has to replace Aaron Rodgers. So no matter what he does, if he's not putting up MVP stats, people are going to compare him to Aaron Rodgers. So now you have all this pressure on him. He doesn't have Aaron Jones, his best weapon, and now he has no time in the pocket to sit back there and get comfortable. That's a very tough situation for a young quarterback to grow and thrive in. So I think there are going to be steps that happen. Like we said, Aaron Jones is going to come back. I think that helps a lot with his comfort. Got to get Romeo Dubs more involved than he was last game. I think he only had 3 targets, and that can't happen. Even Christian Watson, besides that one big play, he was held pretty much in check. So there were a lot of things. I don't just want to put it on Jordan Love and say that, oh, he needs to take this Packers offense to the next level. They're failing because of him, because there's a lot of reasons that the Packers are struggling offensively right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it could be and sometimes you just find yourself in those types of games too, right? But so
Yeah.
for Jordan Love, what you're hoping now moving forward is to continue to grind and continue to progress. On the season right now, he's thrown for over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He is using his legs a little bit. He's got 109 rushing yards and a pair of touchdowns. But here's the thing, like, they're sitting at 2-3. Their next few games, they get a Broncos team, which is documented. It's been a disappointing year, needless to say. Again, you get the Vikings without Justin Jefferson, who's now on IR. Then you have a home game against the Rams, and you go and play the Steelers, which Pittsburgh's a tough place to play. But the next 4 games are still all winnable games for the Packers. If their defense continues to step up, I think Jordan Love has a chance to continue to right the ship. And I don't think it's fair to, like you said, the pressure's on him because of Aaron Rodgers not being, or that Aaron Rodgers was the guy. But I think that for Packers fans, keep the faith. If you can protect Jordan Love more, I think you're going to see him continue to make the progression that you're hoping to see.
Yeah, and I think something that's got to be remembered is it wasn't like Aaron Rodgers came out after he replaced Brett Favre and set the world on fire. There were a lot of people who were like, this guy is not good. Like, what's happening? And then he was Aaron Rodgers. So it's been 5 weeks. This is his, like we said, this is pretty much his rookie season. Let him get comfortable. Every week, I feel like he is getting more comfortable out there, despite the fact that the line is not helping him and he's running for his life on so many plays. But he is, I think, when you really watch him, he's getting more comfortable in the chaos, if that makes sense. It's almost like he's now expecting, which isn't great, but he's expecting pressure and he's ready for it now. Whereas you could see more panic before, I think.
Yeah. But hey, look, he's done a lot of great things. He's already had some comeback wins. They almost pulled off a win. They had a collapse in the 4th quarter against Atlanta. It could be a different tune being 3-2 instead of 2-3, but the Packers are still in it. And hopefully we'll see what happens. But hey, that does it for this video. And for Packers fans or anyone out there, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe so you can hear more of us talking about the Packers. And hey, we're rooting for Jordan Love. We really are. And I hope to see him succeed. But that's all we got for this episode. We'll see you next time when we have our live shows every Monday and Thursday.